What up, people? Welcome to a very special edition of the Salty Thoughts, a Mike Steph podcast, featuring the one and only Mike Steph, best in the world at what he does. Yeah, man. Shh. I decided to go live instead of pre-recording this because I want y'all to get my unfiltered thoughts, my thoughts exactly how I feel at the moment that I say them on this increasingly frustrating, unexpected, putrid first quarter of the season of my New York Jets. We ended up on Monday Night Football against the intra-divisional rival, the Miami Dolphins, a team that came into the game with the same record as we did, 0-3. And what happened? What happened? I'll tell you what happened. We shit the bed. Yes, we did. 27-21, and it wasn't even that close. It was not even that close. It was a mirage. It started off, we're down 3-0, and we run the ball down Miami's throat, as we should have, rightfully so, because their defense was garbage. Well, I can't even talk shit like that because our defense was garbage. Garbage. Trash. Butter to a hot knife. We couldn't stop anything. We couldn't stop a cold. We couldn't stop Chan. We couldn't stop concussion tour. We couldn't stop not a damn person. But we ran the ball down their throat and got all the way down to the goal line. And Braylon Allen, even though he did get injured on the ensuing play, the ensuing possession, Braylon Allen fumbled the ball at the goal line. And then, to make matters worse, we allowed the Miami Dolphins to get the ball inside the 5-yard line and proceed directly straight down the fucking field to go up 10-0. To go up 10-0 on a touchdown catch from Darren Waller. Darren Waller who retired last season. Darren Waller who's off the scrap heap. Darren Waller that, you mean to tell me y'all didn't see that coming? End zone threat, red zone threat, and you just allowed him to get a free release into the back of the end zone against our Swiss cheese defense for a touchdown to go up 10-0. Once it was 3-0, tell you the truth, I had my worries. Once it went 10-0, and I saw how our defense was not giving any type of resistance whatsoever, I knew that the shit was effectively over. But no. Justin Fields is horrible. And for anybody who has seen him play, you already knew that. You figured 2 years, $20 million a year, try to get him as a reclamation project. The one thing that the Mets and the Jets have in common this particular season is the fact that our brain trust, our general managers have decided that we're going to go at the scrap heap and we're going to claim reclamation projects and try to put them in positions to succeed. Like I said, anybody who knew or who was seeing Justin Fields over the last couple of years know who he is. Athletic phenom. Great runner. Not a pocket passer. And tell you the truth, not a successful quarterback. He's a great athlete. I understand why you wanted to give him the chance to see if, you could catch lightning in the bottle. And the worst thing that actually happened to us was on opening week against the Pittsburgh Steelers, in which he had a phenomenal game. But now, in 3 starts, He is 0-3, and 2 of those starts were horrendous. He can't throw. He can't organize an offense. You know how many pre-snap penalties we had on offense due to him, as the commentary was saying, not putting his players in the right position, snapping the ball when players were not set, sending people in motion in the wrong time, not being able to communicate with the centers. The centers like, who's the mic? Who's the mic? Who's the mic? Have you ever heard that? Have you ever heard that? I know I haven't. Maybe, listen, I've been watching football for 42 years. And I know the advances in technology have come a long way in 42 years, especially now since we have a mic that picks up every little thing that's on the field. But that's the first time ever I actually heard, who's the mic? Not, 55 is the mic. 43 is the mic. 8 is the mic. No, that was actually the center asking, who the fuck was the mic? And it wasn't talking about Mike Steph. Also, another question. Where's the discipline? Where's the discipline that Aaron Glenn was supposed to instill in our fucking team? You know, I noticed this week the demeanor behind the podium during the post-game conference was was starkly different. It wasn't as combative. It wasn't as arrogant. It wasn't as angry like the media were doing. But the media was trying to set him up to fail. No. This time, yeah, we gotta look at the tape. Yeah, I think we did a good job. You know, the players played hard. You know, I don't believe they quit. I personally believe this is the carryover from the Bucks game, from the end of the Bucks game. You want to know why? Because once again, you flipped the script. You showed that locker room. You showed those players you are not who you pretended to be all through training camp, all through mini camp, all through preseason, all through the first couple games of the season. When you got on that field in Tampa after that gut-wrenching loss against the Bucks, and you started clapping, good game, good effort. Yeah, we are not the same old Jets. That locker room right there said, you know what? Aaron Glenn is effectively full of shit. Yes. That's what I believe. Pre-snap penalties. Like I said, the fumble. Listen, it was a good play. Ball got punched out. It happens. Fine. But you know what's more egregious to me? Is that Braylon Allen, why the fuck is he returning kicks? You're supposed to have like a rotation of backs, right? Breece Hall, Braylon Allen, Isaiah Davis. Why the fuck is Braylon Allen one of our main cogs in our offense returning kicks? You mean to tell me I already know the answer to that. You mean to tell me that our playmakers are so depleted in the fourth game of the season, the fourth week of the season, based on the fact that y'all didn't sign not a damn person, fucking Josh Reynolds? Really? Tyler Johnson? Really? These are the people that we went to war with? We got how many fucking H-backs? Tight ends? So forth? We have one fucking wide receiver, and that's Garrett Wilson. And how's Garrett Wilson going to get off when he's getting double and triple and quadruple teams? Because guess what? They ain't another fucking threat. And even if he happens to get open, shit, we don't got a quarterback to give him the fucking ball. Do it. No, we do not. At this point in time, put Justin Fields ass on the bench, start Tyrod Taylor, see whatever fucking blood out of turnip you can get from him. At least you can evaluate the rest of the fucking team, which we all know is trash. Not the same old Jets. Yeah, all right. The second drive, and I'm still in the first half because after the first quarter, you knew this game was over. Second drive, they shoot themselves in the foot over and over and over again. And guess what? It got capped off by going for it on fourth and five. Fourth and five at their own. Matter of fact, 4th and 5 on the Dolphins 36-yard line. So instead of settling for a field goal, you say, you know what? We're gonna go for it, which I don't mind. And then Justin Fields gets sacked, and fumbles the ball. Miami was clowning us. My meaning is clowning us the fact that we could not stop anybody. We couldn't stop Waddle. We couldn't stop Tyreek Hill before he got hurt. We couldn't stop Achane. We couldn't stop Waller. It's like, come on. This is the team that's pretty much 2 seconds from firing their coach. A team that's looked like hot garbage 2 out of 3 weeks. And we went down there and made them look like world beaters. We fucking stink. What else is there to say? Really, what else is there to say? I'm not going to be over here for like 20, 30, 40 minutes. I'm going to say what the hell I got to say and get the hell up out of here. We stink. The smell, the stench. We stink. 13 penalties for 101 yards. We turned over the ball 3 times against a team who ain't not gotten a turnover all fucking year. We had 197 yards on the ground. Don't you know 105 of those was damn near in the first quarter alone? Justin Fields had 81 yards on the ground for 7 carries, but that would include a 43-yard touchdown run on a broken play. He was 20 of 27 for 226 yards in the air, but guess what? Those were meaningless yards. Those are garbage time yards. When the game was still in the balance, we were 2 for 4. If y'all are afraid to have him fucking throw the ball, why is he our quarterback? Are we running the triple option? Are we in service academy? Armed forces? Who the fuck are we? Who are we? People say, oh, we're not the same. J-E-T at Jets. Why aren't we? Matter of fact, we aren't. I'll give him credit. We aren't. You know, I know why? Because this is the first time in a very long time that we've had a new regime and a quarter of the season in, we could already feel this ain't it. Not even the fact that, oh, they need room to grow. No, this ain't it. The worst thing, like I said, the worst thing happened to us on opening day when we should have won that game and we lost. But the reason we lost, you don't know why? Because the football guards knew we were not shit. We did not deserve to win that game. We did not deserve to do. Matter of fact, the fucking New York Jets fan base doesn't deserve this. 15 years, a decade and a half. Do you know the last time that the New York Jets made the playoffs, my youngest child was 5? I didn't have grandkids yet. Now I have 4. It's ridiculous. Matter of fact, to be honest, I think I was on my second car, my third car. But listen, I was like Jay-Z, copped and crash rips. Mike Steph was a bastard. I was crashing whips here. Well, not really, but I was going through whips like chains. Next week at home against the Dallas Cowboys. Do I think we're going to win? Hell no. I don't think we're going to win. Unless they put Tyrod Taylor in there. But then at the same time, if you think about it, as long as the defense is a sieve, as long as the defense seems like they have no heart, no guts, no glory, it doesn't matter who we put behind center. Because last week, we had Tyrod Taylor there, and guess what? We were down 23-6 before all the histrionics started. Before the miracle in Tampa that never was. So, why should we think anything is different now? Why should we think anything is different now? This is very, very, very disheartening. Disheartening. I'm at a loss for words. I'm at a loss for words. All I know is when Aaron Glenn says, I gotta look at the tape, I hope he's talking about the tape of this ill-gotten franchise that's in sitcom mode with a studio audience, and laugh track. Because that's what we are. Right now, we're 0-4, and tell you the truth, to be honest, and this is not a hyperbole, I personally believe that an argument can be made that we are the worst team in the NFL. Yeah. I mean, that's nothing to laugh at. Our offensive coordinator seems like he doesn't know what to do with the players. Our defensive coordinator, unfortunately, I think he might have lost something off his fastball. Special teams, shoot, the only thing we have good for special teams is Nick Folk, in his 17th year, kicked his career-long 58-yard field goal to put us on the board. Yeah, I know. Matter of fact, yeah. But I know one thing. It's going to be a short week. I ain't coming on these airways again until for 2 weeks. So all my sociopaths, see you in 2 weeks. Gave y'all a special live edition. And to all my Jet faithful out there, listen, it's hard being a Jet fan. It's hard being a Met fan. And these past 2 days have been agonizing. Yeah. Shoot. Let's just put an end to this shit. I'm going to get out of here. So I'll see y'all when I see y'all. Please, please, please like, subscribe, comment, share, all the other good shit. So whenever I decide to pop up, like, subscribe, press the notification button. So whenever I pop up, you will be the first ones to hear it. Getting the fuck up out of here. I'll check y'all later. Goodbye.